Go.
All right, welcome in Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us for Brighter Day with A and a special
I'm not A.
A special A. No, you're J.
And Jay.
You're Jay. So first, we're using a new microphone today. So in the comments, if you cannot hear me clearly, please let me know. If you, as we start talking, if you can't hear Jackie clearly, who I'm going to introduce in a minute, let her know as well, because we definitely want you to be able to hear us. I think
it's working.
I think it's working. I see.
We are very
levels.
capable broadcast professionals.
Yes, we are. Yes, look, I know we're a little late today, but thank you so much for joining us. And we want to thank MCC for sponsoring our digital news desk and making it possible for us to be here and do this and have this great space that we have to go live and talk to y'all. So first, let me introduce my special A. This is Anna Balcom, and she is the other Anna here at WTOK. So, my fellow A, welcome.
Thank
So
you.
it is still Brighter Day with A and A. Aviana is actually off today, so I had to bring in another special A because it is Brighter Day with A and A. She is our sales assistant. Is that correct, Anna? Yes. All right,
You're going to have to give her
so
you're going to have to share your microphone, girl, and no
Yes.
one's going to be able to hear
I
her.
know. Tell me a little bit about kind of what you do, just shortly.
So I'm the front desk lady, so I'm the first face that you see when you come in, and I put commercials in. That's
Very cool. So there's lots of jobs here at WTOK. One of those jobs is the lady behind it all. She is our general manager. Our title is the boss lady. How it all started. So let's welcome Jackie Harms. Woo! We are so excited that she agreed to join us today. It's going to be a very special episode. So thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. I don't know if I can match your energy. I don't know about you, Anna. Anna B, as we sometimes like to, but Anna W.
She's so bright.
She is. She's just, I mean, people think I have a lot of energy. I can't keep up with her.
Well, I'm sure you can, because we're here to make everyone's day brighter.
That's right.
So we're putting on our brightest selves for y'all, just like me and Aviana do every single morning, bright and early. So Jackie, let's get right into it. How on earth did you get into broadcast?
Would 4-H be a good way? Are you both familiar with 4-H? Do either one of you take 4-H or anything like that?
Absolutely.
I always feel God puts people in your path to help you serve your mission. And I was very blessed to have a 4-H leader who was also an extension educator at the state level. And she started a program called 4-H Snoop Crew. And it was a special select group of us who would write radio stories and newspaper stories and TV stories. And we got to learn how to shoot with cameras and all those fun things. We got to do radio shows and all that kind of stuff. And I fell into it, and it just, since then, it was just like what I wanted. And is that hard to explain when you just know you're in the right place? I know today we take a lot of career assessments and we think about the money piece, and I didn't think about any of that. I just love telling people stories. So my first foray into it was telling people's stories, because I just love seeing people at their best moment. Usually most of our stories are when people are at their best moments. So that's kind of how I fell into that. And I guess I impressed the television staff enough that they offered me a job to run studio cameras and clean the bathrooms.
So about how old were you when this was happening?
16.
Okay, so you've been
16.
doing this since you were 16.
16. I've had stints in television. I had some stints in radio. I wrote a lot. So I'm a kindred spirit with Anna. She doesn't know this, but I used to write radio commercials. Used to place radio commercials on the logs and do all that kind of stuff. So I would do that kind of marketing things for a radio station. I also worked as a marketing person for a retirement facility. Done that. My husband and I traveled around Iowa and Nebraska a little bit as we were starting our family and growing our family. And so I just got little nuggets and everything. And I worked part-time for quite a few years because I just believed in raising my babies. And so, but then when I got finally back into television, I just loved coaching people and lifting them up and getting them to where they want to be. So that's kind of how I got in that news director role. And from news director, I was in that job, over 25 years before I got into general management.
So I'm glad that you brought that up, because one of the things I really admire about you is you have a great family life, you have children, and you have been able to be successful in this career. And in this career field, it's very common for people not to give that time to their families because it's a hard job. It's very time consuming. A lot of women in this career field decide not to have children or not to have a family because they decide to put their dreams and goals above that. So that's something that I really respect about you. And just, can you talk a little bit about how you balanced all of that when you got back into news?
I think my message, if anyone takes anything away from this, is that I need a woman to be true to herself. And every woman out there has what her priority is and who she wants to be and what she wants to do. And my path is not somebody else's path. And I have said, I think Anna has heard me say that to her over and over, and I think this Anna has too. It's what is your path and who you are. I wanted to step back part-time, and well, my kids were little, so they were about 2 and 3.
Okay.
And I was part-time. Some that works and some it doesn't, right? The amount of pressure I felt that I was not hitting my career hard enough, that I wasn't going up in the market size the way I should have been. You're in small market television, that's not where careers are made. I made those decisions early with myself. I made peace with those decisions, and made it a point then that I was never going to make anyone feel guilty for being a stay-at-home mom. Never make anyone feel guilty for working. Never make anyone feel guilty if they want to go to a bigger market. It's your story and who you are. Yes. And that is really what I try to tell, even with men. I tell them that. Who are you? Not just ladies, but with everybody. But I had to make that decision, and that was tough. And I would see my other colleagues, you know, go to work in Omaha, Nebraska, for example, or go to Kansas City, or somebody's asked me to work in Detroit, and I just kept saying no. Yeah. And I think it's because I also loved that small town America feeling. There's something about working at WTOK and small market stations where I can tell when I walk into a small market television station. You just feel, you feel it. When you get into some bigger market stations, you don't have that camaraderie. I mean, we have our time, we have our moments, we have things when things don't go well, guys. We're not perfect by any means. But I know Anna can walk into my office and we can have a nice conversation.
Yes, as I do sometimes.
All right, Anna, do you have any questions? Burning questions for Jacque.
So what was your journey like from Nebraska to Mississippi, and how did that even happen?
Yeah, so a lot of people may not know that you're not originally from here. So speak to that a little bit. Yeah, how'd you end up in Meridian? Little old Meridian.
It's fun. Well, 2020, right? So I came to Meridian in 2020. I decided back somewhere around 2014, 2015 that I wanted to be a television station general manager.
Okay.
I was, at that point in my life, I had several people step up and say, you know, you should be doing more of a bigger management role. If it weren't for some very specific women in my life who looked at me and said, you need to be a general manager, I wouldn't be here today. And so another reason why I'm in the mission I'm in, because I try to make sure folks are doing the jobs that they want to do and make sure they understand they have the ability and the talent. So, but it took me, guys, 5 years to get to Meridian. It's not like I said, I want to be a general manager. Okay, let's go put you in Meridian, Mississippi, right?
Right.
A lot of swings and misses for me. I interviewed in a lot of places around the country. The company, you know, I thought about Idaho, thought about Wisconsin, thought about some metro areas in Nebraska, applied for jobs in all these places, and I was told no.
Yep.
So what I did was regroup and go, what do I need to do to get better? What classes do I need to take? What books do I need to read? What networking do I need to do? Networking is a big, huge piece, and that's another subject for another day, Anna and Anna. Networking is another, because women don't do it well. We don't do it well.
Interesting.
So a lot of the networking and those kinds of things, and finally in 2020, there was a shift in management in the South between Meridian, Hattiesburg, and Huntsville that allowed for an opening for me, for them to ask me to come be in Meridian. And I said yes. And they said, well, you want to go visit? And I said, sure, I'd love to visit. But I knew enough about Meridian through phone calls and some research to know that it was a small market television station that just wanted to serve the public. And so that part was easy. It was tough. My husband stayed back in Nebraska for a year. That was hard. It was hard. It was hard. I have a daughter who is a music educator and a vocal performer, and who has some leadership roles with education in Nebraska. She's in Broken Bow, Nebraska. I have a son who just got married. Lovely, yeah. He's an A, Alyssa. Who knew? And so they just got married in last August. So it's hard to be apart from who I can still consider my babies, but I've always tried to teach my kids to stand on their own 2 feet, because I think that's really important. And with mom being out of the way, I think I was on TV a lot, everybody. I anchored for 20 some plus years, right? I was a producer, I was the news director, I was the assignment manager. Everywhere we went, it was a television conversation, and my kids grew up with that. So I also thought, this is an opportunity for mom to leave and for them to figure out who they really are, and for people to see them, is besides mom and besides Jackie's kids. My husband always laughs. He goes, yeah, I'm just Jackie's husband. They would all come on, oh, you're Jackie's husband.
He still does that.
He still does that, doesn't he? Yeah, he does.
Yes, so you talked a little bit about being on air. I actually looked up some of your on-air stuff. Jackie, you are amazing. Your town loved, I'm sure they love you.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to leave that and come here, we really appreciate that, because that really took a lot to do that. And they really loved you. Did they throw a parade for you?
Yes, when I left.
You
Yes.
had a parade. Jackie had a Jackie parade, and all these people are talking about how you invested into their lives, and I think that's really amazing. And then you came here.
I did. And I want to do the same thing.
Bring that here. Exactly.
I think what's so special about WTOK, and if our viewers and our digital users and pay attention to this, there are very, very special people in this building. There really are. And I tell you that all the time, and I tell you that all the time. People who are so dedicated to the viewers, right? And dedicated to each other. It made the transition easier. But it also makes it really easy for me to spot what their loves are and their talents. Anna and I visited quite a bit before she went into the morning show. I don't know if you've told folks that story, right? Yeah. Anna was thinking about, a different position in the building, and I kept looking at her going, but that's not what's in your heart. And she'd look at me like, how do you know what's in my heart?
You did that. You have that talent of being able to look at somebody and kind of get to know them, and you really did pick out my strengths and encourage me. You didn't tell me what to do. That's what I loved, but it's like I knew what I needed to do, because you just gave me that look. Like, I know that you know.
You weren't happy about it at times. She would complain about it. She'd be like, oh no, that's not what I want at all, but Jackie knew.
Yeah, it's hard to be on TV every single day. If y'all know me, y'all got to know me through this show. I'm so real. I am the most real person you would ever meet. And I just always kind of thought of TV people as Barbie dolls in a way. And I'm like, oh, that's not me. But what you've helped me realize, and this station has helped me realize, is that broadcast is about being a real person, connecting with your community and telling their stories. And that's what I love to do. So it fits. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anna's standing here very quietly, and Anna's just this powerhouse. I don't think people realize what kind of person Anna is. And
She's
Anna's
good at everything.
Well, she is. And Anna's story is just starting to be written. She moved from news down to sales assistant, but really what she does is very complicated, very hard. She's got a digital acumen to her that I think, where she's headed. You've been out of college a full year, right? Yeah. So she's got to sit here and quit talking about me, Jackie. You're making me nervous.
She is. She's very
but
successful.
But
we're going to have her
both
back
of their
as
stories.
a guest.
Yes.
At
yes.
some point,
I think
because
so.
we want to hear your story too. Anna.
Yes. Yes.
Because she's awesome. I love Anna. When I first got here, her desk was behind my desk, and she helped me with everything. If I had a question, she knew the answer. So you literally know every side of everything of this business, and you haven't even been here that long.
I'm just interested in all of it. I want to know. That might come off as being a little nosy sometimes.
No, that's great.
But I just want to know in the nicest way
That's
possible.
great.
She does. And again, Anna's story is just starting to be written. If I could also share that with folks, in my story, it took me a long time to learn to trust the process.
Oh, that's good.
I think you have to learn, because you don't know what you don't know. And there's so many systems, and there's when you walk in here, you're going, all these computers and all these systems and all this software, and you're jumping from one thing to another, and your day could blow up right in front of you, and you've got to switch gears, and it's a lot. And it comes with experience, learning the news business. I think Anna and I could have another conversation, and this one too, about learning the news business is just rinse and repeat and learning something new every day about it. When Anna was doing weekends, I'm sending her notes and I'm sending her stuff. It's what she does
all day, every day.
She's right. You're right. So I work 7 days a week, but it's only because I see the potential and I see that, it's just what you don't know. And if I don't teach it, sometimes in the moment, it's gone. The moment's gone.
Very true.
If you don't. So I've just learned to trust the process, absorb, and then folks, I will die on this, and I'll see Jesus in heaven someday. They have a plan. God and Jesus have a plan for you.
Yes.
And you've got to trust the process. You've got to be open to it. You've got to pray about it. You've got to just love and serve God and Jesus with your whole heart and your whole soul. Serve each other and serve people, and doors will open for you, and you're going to be where you need to be. I believe it. I believe it.
And I mean, I've seen that happen in my life. Anna, you're seeing it. You're going to keep on seeing it. You can literally fight against God's plan for your life. You can fight it so hard, not even want to do it, but He gives you gifts and abilities, and He has a plan for you. And as much as you fight it, He's going to put you right back on track. So that went right into my next question. I was going to ask you to give any young people advice that are looking to get in this business. Maybe they watch WTOK like I did growing up, and they're like, wow,
have Anna go first, because I want to hear what Anna has to say first, because she's only been here a year. I want to hear what Anna has to say first.
Yeah, that's
Trust the process.
Truly.
Every time I go in Jackie's office and I complain to her about something, she tells me to trust the process. And it kind of gets a little old. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, but the process is not processing.
It takes a long time.
It takes a minute. And you just have to be patient. And you're not going to have all the answers, and you're not going to know. No. And it's going to drive you crazy. I mean, you're going to not be able to sleep at night because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what the process is. But it'll just fall in place. And so you just have to be patient and let it fall in place.
But isn't that hard?
So hard. The hardest thing.
It is the hardest thing. This girl's so bright. See, she wants to figure it all out. And she's kind of opening the door a little bit. Trust the process and realize that people are people. And that you can't come in expecting every day to be perfect. And this is overall life advice. It's not broadcasting advice. If you want broadcasting advice, that's another conversation. But this is overall advice for young people in general. Life can be messy. People are people. All you can do is your best every day, right? You find something that you love. And I know money's often a factor there, but I think you can find something you like and make the money that you need to make, or at least get you to where you need to be. It's this every day we serve each other, we serve our clients, and we serve our viewers. But you have to realize that people are so different and come to us with all kinds of things happening in their lives that sometimes Anna is so super about cleaning up a mess. She just is. She cleans up a mess.
Good job,
It
Anna.
is because, you really want, don't they get it, Jackie? Don't they get it? She'll say that to me, and I'm going, not today.
Different personalities.
It is. But you know what? It's what makes, but it's fun. It's joyous. Did you see that face?
Fun.
She's going, oh, now listen.
Look, Jackie, that's your catchphrase. You always say, it's fun. That's so fun. I'm telling you, that is Jackie's catchphrase. If you haven't noticed it, you will
Really?
now.
Do I say that?
It is because you're trying to be, which is great, so positive about everything. We could be having the worst day. This place could be burning to the ground. But somehow Jackie's going to be like, it's fine. It's okay. We're having fun. But that's great. Like, we need that positive energy because this business is hard, and we're very thankful for you. So before we close out, if there's anything else you want to say, but also, you haven't been in Meridian too long. All right, Anna and I, we grew up around here.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing? It could be a favorite restaurant, favorite place, favorite person. Your favorite thing about Meridian.
Oh, wow. I am consistently impressed with the musicians in the region.
I like that one.
Wow. I mean, I can't pick, like, I've been at different venues, I've been to different places. I can walk into a restaurant and this person who probably just sings on their back porch a lot.
Yeah.
And I am blown away. And I'm blown away. I have never seen the amount of talent is great. And I'm
Well,
not
Mississippi is the birthplace
of America's music. And I think, everybody talks about Muscle Shoals and how it's in the water, or it's in the rhythm of the river, or it's in the, the culture of Muscle Shoals. I really just need folks to know how special Meridian is. Yeah. And what was so thrilling for me is when we won Station of the Year, this, just a week or two ago. You know what? it just again proved how special Meridian, Mississippi is. Because to put that in perspective, for us to win that award, pretend you're the number 64 team in the NCAA March Madness bracket. We're 64, right? We're that school so small that you just, people are just thinking, ignore us, right? And to win the NCAA championship is like us winning Station of the Year. And I think folks need to understand that's every department. That's our engineer, that's our operations, it's our marketing, it's our sales team, it's our news team, because it was an overarching award. And that's what's special about Meridian. It's just because I just think we don't shout our message out enough. We don't. And the music and the people. It's amazing. We could be here forever. Can we keep going? No, we need to go. I got another meeting.
Look, you can be back on. We need all the life advice we can get around here. So, Anna, do you have any other questions for Jacque? This is your moment.
I don't.
I'm waiting.
More questions.
No more questions.
She's Anna's. I just love Anna. She just brings and both of them. I just love Anna.
I was about to say.
I love them both.
Well, we just really appreciate you coming on the show.
We're
going to have you back.
Thanks.
We enjoy hearing your story.
Let's do.
I think a lot of people, even that work here, we're just kind of like, who is Jacque?
Mm-hmm.
How did she get to where she is? And
I think we need to talk about some things as women. I think we need to talk about networking. I think we need to be able to talk about leadership and if things aren't going right, what do I do to help to always be solution-based, not to be complaint-based, to be solution-based. Yes. There's a lot of things that we can all chat about.
There's a lot of topics.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can talk about. Yeah,
Stay tuned.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Oh, guess what? Lindsay heard me. Lindsay's going. Here we go.
Lindsay,
hey, excuse me, folks. This came with a bottle of champagne. And I noticed the champagne's gone.
Lindsay!
It's still in the newsroom. It's still in the studio.
Did Lindsay steal it?
I think Lindsay, sure. He does do foodie finds.
It's still in the studio.
Oh, that is Zach. Zach says it's still in here.
Zach is letting us know it's still in the studio. We're good. Okay, y'all.
You guys are a lot of fun. I really hope the public, our viewers, our audience, really know how special Anna is and how special Anna is and Aviana and everybody.
A&A.
They're the ones that come up with this brand. I can't complain. They're geniuses.
Oh, well, we'll take it.
We'll talk about creativity someday, too. I think everybody's creative. You just got to learn to listen to that inner voice.
Yes. Goodness, Jacque, we'll have you back on.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get some good topics from you. But thank you for joining us. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have a question for Jacque, as always, you can drop them in the comments, and I bet you'll go back and read them.
We can do that. Yeah. Maybe if somebody has something they want to talk about, we could come back.
Absolutely.
Because it's just it's a fun forum, and I'm glad we get to do this.
Yes.
It's fun to share.
Because there's a talk.
Yeah, it is, because sometimes life is so busy in this building. It's like Anna and I, especially downstairs. Hey, Jacque, I can't find this commercial. Hey, Jacque, somebody didn't fill out the right form. Hey, and so we're always problem solving every day, and we don't. And I'm bad about it.
And I'm just running around the community trying to get back here on time to the store. But we don't connect. There's time, and we're bad about it. We're communication, and that's another thing. How do we take time to connect? Because I'm guilty about it. Yeah.
Anna has to grab my attention and come in my office and sit down. Let's connect.
I grab it with smells. I usually put a good smell, and Jacque comes out of her office. She's like, ooh, what's that smell?
Where's the chocolate?
Yeah. Hey, works every time. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. Aviana will be back next episode. Have no fear. But thank you, Anna, for stepping in and being my fellow A. Thank you, Jacque, for joining us. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We appreciate y'all watching. Oh, yeah. We have to say, A&A is out.
Okay. All right, you too.
Watch any of our other episodes. All right, Anna, are you ready? A&A is out.
I can put it back up if you want.